Hello, everyone, and welcome to our scrapbook live for April of 2024. It is already April. We've just barely rolled over the calendar, and here we are. Like, does anybody actually use real calendars anymore, or is everything on your phone so you don't really roll the calendars over in the same way? I guess sometimes you kind of swipe through, I guess. Whatever. We are here. It's April. We're here for Scrapbook Live. It's on a different night than normal, but I'm excited that we are having this chance to get together. I thought maybe I'd start. Normally, I show you my amazing kit. I have that, but I thought maybe first I would show you the layout that I made last time. Since it didn't kind of get finished on camera, I did include pictures at the end of the live recording because I took the recording and I just edited and added some photos of the layout at the end because I'm like, oh, like you watch all the stuff, you kind of see it mostly come together, but not actually, and that's just not fun. If you're new here, my name is Alice Bull, and I run the membership group at scraphappy.org. And this is one of the events that we invite everybody to join us for. And we will be doing a draw sometime around the top of the next hour. So that is super fun. If you're catching this on replay, don't forget to hit the like button. I never ever remember to say it, so I did. Yay! The 5 points for Gryffindor. And yeah, so don't forget to hit the like button on the video. I love it, and let us know like where you're joining us from. So lots of fun. Okay, let me turn this camera so that you can see what's on my desk. So this is the finished layout that I did last month, and I had gone on this little adventure with these rickety bridges when I was on the island of Vanuatu on a cruise. I love me some cruising. So I did a double page spread, which is like super unusual, but I had a bunch of photos I wanted to include. We did kind of like the single page turned into a double page, and we kind of recreated the kind of bridge-like effect at the bottom. It's maybe not as rickety, but it has the effect. And we used a little bit of mixed media for the bottom. I used this Nuvo Glacier paste in the beautiful sea sprite color. Isn't it pretty? And so yeah, that kind of got spread at the bottom. And if you look, like you can see it's glossy and shiny. That's like mica that's in it. Isn't it pretty at the bottom there? Oh, I just love it. And we also had Calvin Ball going on last month. So there may be several things added to these pages that were very Calvin Ball specific. You will notice things like vellum for my journaling. And there are some brads, there's sparkly letters on here. You've got metallics, you've got torn paper, there's a doily. We got birdhouses and butterflies, enamel dots, wood veneers, banners, rainbows, bees, cameras, frames, birds, some twine, a bow, and polka dots. I don't know, like stickers. So many fun things on the page because I think Calvin Ball is when I really up my embellishment game because it's like, well, I got to get some points on this page. I'll just tuck this in here and I'll just add this here. And I don't think that I'm that diligent about embellishing my pages when I'm not doing Calvin Ball. So that's one thing it really does. The other page, I printed out some photos small, and I thought I would show you that. There's like lots of cute details on here. But the center one here, I'm actually going to mount this on the outside of the page protector because I've got a flip flap on here so that I could add more photos. So I've got it just kind of tucked in here for now so that I don't lose it while it's in my stacks that will eventually go into an album. But I kind of mounted it over top of the center photos so that I'll be able to have the flip flap so I could add some more pictures. See, it really was like a little rickety bridge. I wasn't making that up. So, really fun, but the kit was beautiful. It was so easy to work with, and I'm happy to like actually, show you what I was doing. So we're gonna set this one aside because that was last month, and we have fabulous kits this month to look at. So I order my kit from the scrap room, I pay for it myself, and I also get an add-on embellishment kit. Now here's the photo I'm thinking of using. We'll see I end up using that, I've got other options standing by just in case, because I kinda didn't really peek that well. So, I kinda was like, "Maybe, I guess we'll see." Um, so in my kit from the scrap room, there's 4 mini kits, and, we'll go through what's in the kits. I'll show you what's in the add-on embellishment kit that I like to get, and check out this sketch that they have, but they also have a cut file. Now, I should have just got my son over to help me, like, remember how to use my silhouette. Yes, I'm that person. Um, but anyways, I should have cut this because that would have been great for some of these pictures, but I didn't. Shocked. I know, you're shocked. So let's go through what's in the kit and see which one we're gonna play with today. Okay, first up is from Echo Park, and it's called Our Story. And we can see right away from embellishments, I've got 2 sheets from a sticker pack. So this would have been like a book of stickers, and I have 2 of the sheets, which vary depending on which part of the kit you get. I got some alpha letters, which that's pretty handy actually. And so you've got Write It All Down, Love Our Story, A Snapshot of Now. We got some cute little cameras in this collection. Like they look like those Instax cameras. So kind of fun. Like an ink and a pen. I've actually played with the pens that do the fancy calligraphy stuff, but I've actually never had to dip into an inkwell. Anybody ever play with that? Or I don't think anybody here would have had to do that in school back in the day. Like, that's going way back. So, if you did, I want to know. I really want to know. Uh, But anyways, so lots of little embellishments for me to play with the stickers. And here's the first sheet of pattern paper. I like this. I like the ones that kind of look like grid papers, ledger papers, notebook papers, like those kind of fun backgrounds I really like. And if it's a storytelling paper, like that collection is about telling stories, like I think that's a really good idea. Plus, they've got a little typewriter on here. I have done typewriter. And actually, I learned to type self-taught kind of with a little book at home with an old typewriter that was like the jam your fingers between the keys because your little fingers would slide through the through the keys, and it was really painful, but oh man. Marcy says, I didn't have to, but I have used an inkwell before. I learned that I suck at fountain pens and that they blot easily. Pre-filled is so much easier. Yes, I've used the pre-filled and they're fun. They're fun. Yes. Okay, so what's on the ooh, there's a fun stripy paper. It's like very small stripes, and then you can see they've got like the black stripes kind of separating the sections. Yeah, that's pretty. And then there is a lovely teal colored blue, very calm. And then much less calm, we've got all these little cutesy frames. They're like doodly frames. Would you call that cutesy, doodly stuff like that? I would say cutesy. And then we've got very subtle red paper with the little flowers and a very bold pattern. It's a little on the smaller scale, so it's not giant. Sometimes you get like giant bold patterns, but this one's a little smaller. It's not giant. And then yeah, and it has like all the colors in it, so that's nice. And 2 sheets of cardstock, and this cardstock is a whirlpool color. So it's the Basil Whirlpool. Very pretty. And perfect match. Like they do such a good job with that. Okay, so those are the pieces that come in the kit. Let's check out what's in my embellishment pack too. Okay, it says Echo Park. There are some bread stuff variety here. Echo Park bread varieties. So I think they've put them. Oh, yes, here we go. They're just tucked in here. So this is part of a pack of the breads and like the fancy little doodads. There's some chipboard stickers in here too. Oh, look at the old rotary phone. Man, this is like full of nostalgia. This is full of nostalgia. I love it. There's like a real envelope, guys, for sending things. Anybody actually do that? I've got one in my mind that I need to do like today. Like I want to put a card in the mail. We'll see if it gets there. Yeah, Bonnie says very cute accents. All the little sparkles and the pearly bits. Yeah. Bonnie says that she learned to type on a manual typewriter with no letters or numbers on the keys. That's like a degree of difficulty that you don't normally see, Bonnie. Congrats for figuring that one out. Okay. We'll pop this one back in. This is a nice paper collection. And one of the things I really like about it is that it goes with white. It's not cream, just saying. It's a white background paper. We know that I like that. Okay. Next up, we have one from Photoplay, and it's called Crop Till You Drop, which is awesome. Not maybe for the pictures I have printed for today, but I actually might want to hoard these until we do our Scrap Happy reunion this summer. So if this one doesn't get used in the next little while, I'm going to get to crop with real people soon, and I'm really looking forward to that. So this would be perfect. So crop till you drop. It says, amazing weekend, scrappy friends. I'm a paper engineer. My happy place is at the crop. Retreat, create, cropper's gonna crop. Craftaholic, life documented, hashtag paper hoarder. Well, that's the truth, isn't it? Karen said, I was totally thinking it would be great for a reunion. We all need that. Note to self. Paper for reunion. Photoplay. Crop till you drop. Till you drop. Reunion. No, I'm not taking notes with ideas right now. I guess I totally am. When there's a good idea, I'll take it. Okay, so with this kit, I get the whole embellishment sheet with all of the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. So perfect. And then let's check out the papers. Ooh, this one has really cute writing. Now, we talked about handwriting a little bit, or we talked about the fancy pens. This is such cute handwriting. I don't handwrite like that, but it looks really cute, right? Like, can't you just see like the adorableness in that? That's not how I write. I am a little bit more teachery. Like I have fairly teachery handwriting, but like this is really cute. So I like it. It says, I love paper crafting. I love paper crafting. I love paper crafting. I love paper crafting. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's a lot. So the backside of that paper with the cute handwriting is these ink splatters. It's a lot, but okay. In my defense, I don't at first love it, but I would say I would cover up most of that, and then you'd have just like little bits of the cuteness, and it would be adorable. But all on its own, that paper's a lot. Okay, now here we have a nice plaid. That's lovely. It had us like a navy blue in this collection too. So you've got your yellows, your teal, kind of like a more of a minty junipery green, and then some pink and another kind of red. It looks softer here, but it's like red to go with this, right? So yeah, I love a good plaid, says April. That could go behind something. Yeah, the ink splatter could go behind something. Shannon, that's a brilliant idea. She says that would be great for a paintball page. And Marcy, you're killing it. She says that's what it looks like when I use a fountain pen. So I need to take the other kit and pull out the fountain pen. We use that on this page, and I did look like this when I did paintball. And I tell you, we did the paintball with these high-powered things that murder you. Like it was terrible. It was so painful. I had like these welts on my arm and my leg where I got hit with those paintballs. Like that was a one and done kind of experience. I'm like, I have done paintball, check, not ever doing that again. I actually took one through the visor it went through like the little mouth guard hard enough that my lips were like damaged from the little things. I'm like, this, why do people do this for fun? Like, this is not fun. Anyways, side stories, they happen here. Marcy says laser tag seems better. A lot. There's a nice little squirrely, wiggly writing in here. Somebody that was maybe practicing their E's and didn't do the best job, but like, there we go. It's really cute. And I have to say, this polka dot is absolutely adorable. It's like confetti-like, but like giant confetti-like. And I already want to take like, like glitter and glitter some of them, or shiny stuff and shiny some of them. Like, and I haven't even used it yet. And then we have a diagonal stripes. So diagonal stripe, always the best, right? You have that little bit of diagonal stripe sticking out for something. I will say this one is really tiny. Like those are little tiny, tiny lines. And then 2 sheets of this navy cardstock. Very nice. That polka dot paper, the plaid is super. I'm not sure about that. That ink spot, that's a lot. But I like all of the designs like together. Nice collection, because you need all of those kind of pieces. Okay, and now in this collection, to go with this, I have part of a the photo play crop to you drop. It's half a pack of their ephemera, so it is a variety depending on what you got in your kit, but I'll show you what I got in mine. So here we go. There is, oh, I got the frames. It says scrapbookers do it all night long. Alexa, please clean up. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I don't want to set off your stuff. I'm sorry. It says, that name, please clean up my craft room. Yeah, good luck getting her to do that. I've got the crop little banner and warning. I'm a glitter loving, paper inking, border punching, title cutting, paper trimming, photo cropping, storytelling scrap addict. So cute. And look at all those shopping bags. I literally have pictures of me holding all those shopping bags from crops and stuff. So maybe I do already have photos for this kit. Not the ones I printed. And then I've got some other little pieces, some little paint tubes. There's some paint. This is crafty weekend because friends don't let friends craft alone. See, that's what we're doing here right now. We're all hanging out together. Girls crafty weekend, crafting in progress. That's cute. That's like embracing technology right there. Look at that. That's a technology thing. That was one of our prompts for Calvin Ball. And then we've got our pajama night. Aw. So April says, the kit goes with your roses, right? This one like blends in so nice with my table. And I registered for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yay. So April's coming to reunion. Fantastic. I know I was looking at all the comments and we'll get everybody registered. Even if you are coming, but you can't get registered by April 10th, send me a message that you're going to register just so that I don't have to do anything crazy like cancel something. I need to have enough numbers because that's just how things work, right? And I have deadline for cancellations, so. Okay, so that is this one. Oh, we've only looked at 2 of the kits so far. So I have a lot of side stories when it comes to looking at things. I can't help it. All good. Okay, so the next one is Pebbles, Sunny Blooms. I might have done these out of order, but I guess they're in whatever order I show them, aren't they? Okay. So this is sweet looking. We have a sheet of stickers. It says 77 stickers, but I think this is like half a pack. Yeah, half of a sticker sheet. So you might have got this half, you might have got this half, depending on what you got from your kit. This is the Flavors of the Month kit from the Scrap Room. You can find them at scrap-room.com. And I buy my own because I just love them. So you can see that they have some metallic foil accents, like the cute little swirl on the snail is metallic. They've got centers on some flowers. They've got flowers and little pieces, the word happiness and grateful. I like it when there's a little bit of that stuff on there. So that's cute. And then we got this adorable rainbow paper. That's really nice, actually. I like the small scale of it, right? And also, like, when you think of rainbows, right, you're thinking like 6 to 7 colors, depending on, how you've like learned about rainbows. Roy G. Biv might be on the way. And they didn't quite cover all of the colors, but also it doesn't feel like they didn't. They do have some weird out of order things because yellow does not go above the red on a rainbow, and we all know that, right? So that's a thing, but very cute. I like that paper. And then we kind of have it's an orangey one with the little tiny dots. And this yellow flower one. I'm like looking at it in person thinking, do these look like lighter than these ones? They do. Some are brighter and some are lighter. Oh, Marcy says it's lovely for a baby scrapbook. And this flower pattern reminds April of 1970. So the 1970 bedrooms. So if you have some childhood stories to tell, then that's great. And if you're really young and you're like, maybe my mother's, then welcome, youngins. Welcome. And then we have a pink, do you call that a check? I guess. I don't know. What do you call that? It looks a checkerboard, right? So, and then we've got a stripe. Doth my eyes deceive me? Those lines look squiggly. Are they squiggly? Like, yeah, Jackie says yes, they're doing the dance across the page. Okay. I'm like, either my eyes are really going bad right now or these lines are not straight. Turns out they're not. Lauren says that she had a yellow flowered bread like that as a kid. You can totally scrapbook that now, Lauren. You have the perfect paper. It is the Pebbles Sunny Blooms paper collection. Now you know. It'll be perfect. So we've got some diagonal stripe that's on a little bit of a wonky curve going on. I don't totally hate it. Like, I'm thinking it's going to be a lot covered up, but it's interesting. They've got me thinking. April says I keep blinking like it's like that distortion when you drive past a striped high rise on the freeway. Trees on the road. So my son has a Tesla, my son Joe, he's Mr. Techie and he has a Tesla. And when he drives down the road, especially the one out to my mom and dad's place, the trees, the way they cast shadows, his car like navigation does not love that, and it keeps thinking there's things on the road because it's seeing the stripes on the road. So I find it quite hilarious because his car is scared of the dark and also scared of shadows. So, but there we go. So we got some wonky stripes and a cute little tiny little daisy flower with 2 sheets of white cardstock. It's very nice paper. Got some little woodlands creatures. And then in the add-on embellishments that I get, it says I get some Pebbles foam thickers. Oh, so here we go. Here's the foam thickers. And so it's like a half a pack of these. And you can see there are some that have some little gold accents. And we've got some like, is that like ombre with the different colors or is that gradients? I can never remember. A ditzy flower, says April. Yeah. They weren't quite like daisies because they weren't like pointy enough, right? We got remember, spring, lovely, hello, sunshine, love, pretty, blossom. I love the color in that one. Growing and explore. Oh, they did some fun things with the colors. Okay, that is a nice kit. Mhm. I just want to print childhood photos now because I know that my childhood goes so well with this. I'm like, print it. I have the wrong thing. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Okay. Next up, we have the kit from Pink Fresh, Making the Best of It. Let's love it now while we have it. Here's some Pink Fresh for y'all. Scrapbook collection. No, we're not going to be sad. We're not going to be sad. Okay, so let's have a look at the little doodads after. Let's look at these pretty papers. So we've got some somewhat sketchy doodly frames in the background. They're a little bit like crisper than some of the doodly ones, I will say. And the flowers are super pretty. Like, check out the prettiness of these flowers. They're lovely. Very pretty. Oh, that's nice paper. It has like all colors and the ombres like in the different hearts. I have made paper like this. I have a template that is like this or very similar, and I have made paper like this. You may have even been there with me while I've done it. I might have done some of that live, I think, once before. So, oh, it is so pretty. Okay, that is nice. That is very nice. And here we go. This is nice. You kind of got like almost like a little wavy thing going on, but I like it. Lots of the colors, nice and bold. And then this is a little bit like tin tile almost. It has like that tin tile feel, like those tin tile ceilings. Like, is it just the shape that's making me think that? Maybe. But anyways. And then we've got a little, I don't know what you call this. It looks like a part of a flower, but it looks like three exclamation marks turned into one. But I have seen this design kind of before, but it's very cute. Kind of wallpaper-esque kind of look with the little dots. And then this blue one with the flowers. It's very like tone on tone. It's somewhat neutrally. So 2 sheets of white cardstock to go with this. I like the colors in this collection a lot, actually. And then we have the little bits. So for little bits, I've got a fifth a pack of the Pink Fresh ephemera, which will be like these little pieces, right? We'll check those out. And 3 of the chipboard flares. And then we've got 1 of the puffy word or the phrase, and it varies. So I've got roll with it and just us. So got some words, and on the little things, it says completely in awe. And then we've got believe in yourself, you're going to do big things. Got a couple of little flowers. Yes, you can. That's like an encouragement. What was this set called? It was called Making the Best of It. Okay, seed packs. Well, that's like dream on kind of situation for me. My poor garden. It has to be strong and brave to make it through my summer. And then it's so beautiful to see how far you've come. Yeah, I sometimes make it to a point in my garden where I actually get there. Uh, Oh, Teddy says, I love the red paper. Yeah, this is a nice collection. Like these bold ones always draw me in, but like also look how nice the backs. Mm, it's just good. They kind of give me so many options. Okay, one more thing. in the add-on embellishments, there is a half a pack of the Pink Fresh stickers. So this is the half pack of the stickers. So this is in the add-on embellishments. Live for the hope of it all. That actually is the perfect title for a gardening page for me. We've got make it happen, love, smile, one more story, bless this mess, better than expected. Another good one for a garden. This is very good for gardening for me. Beautiful memories. Be the best version of you. I want to be with you everywhere. Isn't that a song? I always believe something good will happen today. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Now we definitely know that's a song. It doesn't need to be perfect to be fun. Be the sunshine that makes the rainbow. This was meant to be. Okay, very cute. And there's some like little tag labels and different things. Okay, so going with that. I definitely didn't print gardening photos. I do keep a little album just for my gardening stuff because I had a friend that had a gardening journal and she had 2 flower pots in front of her house. And that was it. Like that was her whole garden. But I figured if she can have a gardening journal, then anyone can have a gardening journal. So just in case you've never felt qualified to have a gardening journal, you're definitely qualified. Now, some of you might actually be like legit good gardeners, but that's not my situation. So, okay, so I need to pick some papers to go with what I'm going to scrapbook today and then figure out how I'm going to do it. So this is the photo that I had that I was thinking of scrapbooking today. I don't know that this is like the perfect photo for these papers, but also like I've got this lovely teal in here and I don't think there was a pink in this and I kind of wish there was. So we do have the nice hearts on the one side. We do have this minty that makes the blue kind of pop. That might be good. Have this one. I like this one too. So those are 3 really quite nice options actually. I kind of keep looking over that rainbow paper too. Karen says the deer keep eating my tulip sprouts. No, I'm not a gardener. I planted, I don't remember what it was. I think it was 500 and something. Like it was almost 600 tulip bulbs the one year. And the next spring, it looked amazing. But I tell you, the deer were like, yummy. This is so good. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow. And they just kept coming back. Okay, so I like all of these a little bit with this. So I think what we're gonna do, I saw a page posted in a group and I drew a little sketch of it because I don't want to like copy people's pages, but also, people have great ideas. So I like it. Oh, you can tell the sun is shining right in my face. That's nice. Um, so they did 3 big columns of paper down the page as a kind of a backdrop. And then they had their photo, and then they had like some stuff sticking out on the sides. So I think with this, I could definitely do that. I think this will work. The colors like are soft enough, and I think that's the biggest part is that they're soft enough. So which is shocking because which were my favorite papers? Like the crazy bright things and this, but I think this would be too much with this. So I'm going to use the softer sides. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Nobody would have guessed that. And then I guess I'll use this white as my background. Yeah, okay. We're trying something a little different. Okay, so let's get a page trimmer out and get this started. Okay, Amy said mix and match. I agree. See, we're on the same wavelength. I think it'll be good. And, it feels good to be using my Pink Fresh anyways, because, I have always appreciated their scrapbook collections. I'm a little sad about their news about their scrapbook collections, but maybe they'll come back sooner if we're all like, please come back. Great. So I trying to think about how wide I'm gonna want the sections to be. I think maybe if I've got 12 inches here, and I'm gonna leave some edging, so that's about maybe 3 inches each. We're gonna go with that. About 3 inches each. Okay. Now, yes, I would want it to be like that. Just thinking about what the back side will look like once I do that. I think 3 will be enough with a really wide border and then leaving a little space between them. 3.5 might have been better. We'll see. But by then it'll be too late. We'll see. I might be like, yeah, I should have done it wider. But either way, it'll be good. And so I'm curious what everyone's working on tonight. Do you have projects on the go? Something that you're trying to finish? Something that you've been working on for a while? Yeah, no, I think this will be good actually. I like the little bit of white space and I want to leave like a good thick border around. So I think we're good. Okay. And I guess I could have cut them down to 9 inches already, but we didn't. So we'll go there now. I want to take the top off. I don't want to cut that pretty flower off. I don't know. It's probably gonna get covered up anyways, right? Knowing what happens. Now I have to cut off the other one. Whatever. Okay. Maybe it'll come back and visit. We go to the back side of that one, the red. Cleaning up from Calvin Ball, says Dawn. Oh, Sonia was asking. Sorry, I was like, I danced around it. Sonia, she asked, what was the Pink Fresh Studio announcement? They aren't going to be making scrapbook collections for the foreseeable future. They haven't said they're never coming back to it, but for now, they are not making them. So there's that. Sad, but they didn't completely say never, but I think we've all seen some of our favorite things disappear over time and we're like, that didn't go well. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna actually turn this way so that the flower's like a little upside down to me. Maybe I'll put it on the other side actually. Yeah. Okay. With the big gap. Oh, I need to take a tiny bit more off. No. I think it's fine. Okay. I know. She's like, sad face. Dawn's cleaning up from Calvin Ball. She was very, very productive during Calvin Ball, so I imagine that she's got some work to do. Okay, this something look off. Does something look off? I've got like so much space at the top. Did I measure badly? What did I do? Or is it just because I don't have these pushed together? Oh, it's just because I don't have them pushed together. Well, I'm not gonna. So There we go. I wouldn't mind having a little stripe across here. Ooh, might steal that. We'll see. Okay. Okay, let's stick these down. And I think what I'll do is I want to do some little sketchy something around these. Wait a minute. Was this the one that had the gold? No, that was the previous one, I think. This one didn't have gold stuff in it. Or did it? Oh, it does have gold stuff in it. Okay. So I'm going to grab a gold pen and we'll see if I can convince it to write. No promises. And I'm going to do like a little sketchy box around this thing. And I want to, maybe I'll stick them down first. Okay, let's go. April says they're reconsidering what items to put in their collections, but they said they're committed to scrapbooking products because that's where they got their start. So. So did anyone see any funny scrapbook related April Fool's jokes? I saw a couple of them, and I know April had actually sent one to me. So I posted them up on my Instagram stories there yesterday because I thought I just appreciate it. I thought it was funny. Concord and Ninth released noticed that they were going to be making jumbo sized ink pads, and they had like a picture of Greg, who's their owner, and he was holding like an ink pad that looked like it was like this size, like it was just massive. And I thought, oh, that's cute. But there were no April Fool's jokes at our house. That I don't think Ryan wasn't even here. So there we go. Katie says she's working on a crop and create delivered class from November, and she's making a mini book that Jana had bought. So good. The crop and create delivered events are so fun. Okay, something needs to be lined up here. There we go. Oh, okay. So the background is done. Diane says Michael's stores were to close on Sunday for a big reopen on Monday. Was that just an April Fool's joke as well? I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that. Okay, will this write? That's always the question when you have gel pens, right? Maybe? Perhaps. Okay. It's writing much better than expected, and I'm quite happy about that. And the trick to having like crazy wonky lines is to have at least 3 of them, because then the wonkiness looks intentional, not just that you can't draw straight lines. So that's the trick to wonky lines. Make 3. So here's my wonky lines. They're definitely wonky, but you'll see like some stuff will get covered up when we start throwing things on the page. So I think that they're just like a little framing bit. So there we go. Toss that away. Okay. Now we have this photo is very large. You're barely going to see any of this color in the background. So that's too bad. And it's so nice. But I could reprint it smaller, but I already have the size printed. So we're going to go with it. We're just going to go with it. And now I could use some little, I like these little frame things here. I like the idea of those little frames. And I want to have some little areas for some embellishments. So how about if we make a little bit of a little frame that would be something that makes me think of that. So I think I'm going to make a little frame with this other sheet. Let's see, I want it to be about 4 by 5. I think a 4 by 5. Okay, and then I'm just gonna slide it over just a little bit because I want it to be a teeny tiny little frame. So we're just gonna put it over a little bit on my trimmer. And we'll just cut a scrawny little frame. This scrawny frame. And I'm gonna make another one for up here. I can just use the same thing. I think that'll work just fine, right? It doesn't have to be exactly the same size to work. I'm putting some finishing touches on our load challenge prompts. Been working on those, trying to get all ready because we have our load coming up next month. And yeah, pretty pumped about that. So I did not, for whatever reason, I got this side like a little bit wide. So I'll just make sure that that part goes underneath. And it's like, is that cheating? Sure. But that's okay. I'm good with it. Okay, so I like the little frames. They're kind of just like a tone on tone thing with the white going on here, which kind of reminds me of the little background. Now, I was thinking maybe adding little gold dots on them. I'm not going to do it first. I'm going to like wait a little bit and we'll see if I want to add them or not. If I do add them, I could always just try it by adding to the back first. And then if I don't like them, then I'll build the other side will be nice and beautiful and fine. Because one side has a little more texture than the other. So I guess I can always think about that for a few minutes first. Okay, and so I'm going to want to make a little bit of an embellishment cluster, I think, up here. And I have like one flower here, but there was a couple in here. So let's see what do we got. Michael's stores. Oh, I read that already. So roll with it and just us. So the just us is very dark. Feels very bright. And I don't know. Maybe this little white one. I would maybe use the little white one. Believe in yourself. It's so beautiful to see how far you've come. I like the little framey bit, but I don't really need the little piece inside, but I might cut that out and just use the little gold frame part. So might do that. Okay, so I've got a couple of little floral pieces. Not very many, I'll tell you. Not very many. So there's that one, and there's this one that's in the stickers. I'm actually just gonna cut this out kind of right now, because I don't really want it to be a sticker at this moment yet. It can be a sticker after, but for now, we're just gonna look at it just like a regular little floral. And I won't have any more to add in down here, which is almost a crime. I want to be with you everywhere. Be the sunshine that I don't mind that because this is us traveling, so that's kind of a fun statement. I'll be with you everywhere. And there's like little tabby things. Okay, so I think I will cut the middle out of this one here right now. And I'm just gonna tape it down to a thing, and I'm gonna cut it with my craft knife. Rather than try to cut it on my board, I could. I don't know which one I'll regret more. We'll see. Not knife. There we go. Okay. So I've taped it down to my board, and I'm going to, oh, now it wants to move. So I've semi-taped it down to my board. Oh, this time it wants to stay. Okay. So now I have this cute little gold frame. Oh, adorable. And then I can use that like maybe down here in one of the layers. Right. Try to get some of those pieces on there. Now, I do have some more florals because I have this paper that had those pretty florals on it. Now, there's no other like real florals in this kit. I don't want to add any of that red. I think that would be very overpowering. There are hits of it, so we might pull because there's like a couple little spots where we have some of it, but I think cutting out a couple of these, I feel so terrible sacrificing this paper. Don't you guys feel the same way? Like when you have such a pretty paper on one side that you're like sacrificing it? I always feel that way. But I know that I've made this paper, so I can make more of it. So maybe that'll help me feel better about it. But I want some more of these flowers, so I'm gonna do the F word and I'm going to fussy cut some flowers. We're gonna do that just because I need some more flowers for this page. You know, you don't have to like fussy cutting, but sometimes you have to do it anyways. So now we flipped the calendar over. Isn't there always like surprises at the beginning of the month? That's what I always find is you flip the calendar over and you're like, oh, it's somebody's birthday. Oh, there's this thing coming up. I remembered to look last week so I wouldn't have too many surprises, but yeah. I started going for physio on my shoulder a while back. It was just bothering me. It wasn't like an injury related thing. It was just bothering me. And this one lady said that she could really help. Well, she has. It has been amazing. But then she also showed me that I have problems with my hips and I have problems with this other stuff. It's like every time I go to her, it's like, what are we going to work on now that I didn't know was broken before? And Gina says I did test when they put my favorite patterns on the same piece of paper back to back. And she says, I got my background paper for that reason, right? It's like, there's a whole bunch of this and it's mostly covered up. Yes. Okay, look at the pretty flowers. Just need to cut out a few more and then it'll be great. That's the worst part. Once I start cutting stuff, it's like, oh, just do one more. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. So, so I have to ask, where you live, is it beautiful and are things blooming and is there green? Because there is not here yet. Like that is a little ways away, but it will happen soon. You aren't fussing enough for your fussy. Oh no, I take it pretty easy. I take it pretty easy. It's like that will look good enough. And you know what makes it look better? Going like this to the little edges. Once you kind of like muck it up, it's all good. It's all good. I know. I don't go into every little, like, look at these leaves. If I was going into all of those little things, that would be a nightmare. That doesn't happen. I won't say it's never happened, but that's more of a rarity nowadays. Amy said it snowed there. Is it Montana? MN? No, Minnesota. Yep. Sorry. MT is Montana. It's in there somewhere, I think. I think. I'll just say I'm in Canada. Give me grace. There's 50. There's 50. That's a lot. So, trees and flowers are blooming in Virginia. Oh, Ardeen says in North Dakota, tulips popping up, but definitely not blooming. No snow, but mostly brown. So I have to ask, when you cut flowers, when you fussy cut flowers, do you just like fussy cut all around the flower like one way like that? Because that's what I do. And then I go back and do the other side. And if you haven't fussy cut flowers that way, try it next time. Just don't like do one side and then the next for every single petal. Do one side of the petals all the way around and then do the other side of the petal. It is so much faster, I will tell you. For a person that doesn't like fussy cutting, you learn the tricks. You learn the tricks. If that's gonna make it be over sooner, like, yeah. So, spring is here in Tennessee, says Bonnie. Oh, so nice. Very uh I'm very looking forward to seeing greenness very soon. Looking forward to that. And Katie says it's lovely here in California. My roses are starting to bloom and our flowering cherry trees are in bloom. I can't believe your roses are already blooming. Like, wow. Sometimes I start thinking, oh, well, maybe it's not that far away. And then you say something like, the roses are blooming. My roses are like wishing that winter would end, that the snow would melt off of them. I think there's not too many piles left of snow in the yard, but there's definitely some. I can still see some white piles out there. Okay. So woke up to baby birds this morning, says Dawn. Oh my gosh. So nice. Baby birds. My chickens are just glad to be able to go back outside again. They didn't get some outside time for a while when it got down to like -30 and stuff. It was like, nope, you have to stay inside. But they don't really want to go out then. They think they want to go out until they like the door opens, so they're like, no. I'm like, see, chickens are smarter than people think. Oh, there we go. Another one. Okay. Flower, flower. Got flowers in the background. Might take one of these flowers down there. It's like leggy. And I think I need a different one of the little blue flowers or something. Oh, these ones look nice. Okay. Fussy cutting. Everything is blooming there, says Deborah in Mobile, Alabama. At you. Oh, yes, there's downsides to all the blooms. Yep. When your trees are all blooming and stuff like that, do you end up having like all the like poplar fluff or something like that? Depending, I don't know if you have poplar trees, but when our poplar trees are doing their fluff stuff, holy man, it is like it's snowing here. There. So, can we get done with this fussy cutting? No, because once I want one flower, then I want another flower. That is what always happens. And you're starting to see why Alice doesn't like fussy cutting. It's just like a never-ending project. There we go. There. Okay, now we can start putting things down, right? Get some flowers on here. Okay, so that looks cute. That looks good. This little frame, I need to take them out. We're gonna like layer these in here a little bit. Good like that, but I think we're gonna take this one here. I can take this one over here. There we go. And ta-da! Layer that one on top. And then we go. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, now I'm gonna try the little frame thing. Let's try the frame thing and see if we like the gold dots on it. Not. So, Deborah says that she's decalvin balling her scrap room too. Yes, well, that's an adventure. And Sonia says the dogwoods and azaleas are blooming in South Carolina. Mm, just seeing all the stuff at this time of year. I'm hoping that by the time I get to Wales and England, that there will still be tulips or daffodils. I mean, daffodils. I was able to catch daffodil season last year, and it's like now I never want to give it up. It's amazing. Okay, I'm doing a bad job of doing polka dots, but we're gonna see just how cute it looks. Oh, it is cute. I will do it. Okay. I like the subtle without it. Okay, let's we should vote. Let's I'll just put a few more on here so that you guys can vote and then you'll have a good idea of what you're voting for. So I did these on the back so that I could change my mind if I want. Okay. So, do we do the polka dots here? And then we'll have our little floral collection doing its little florally stuff here. We have a little extra little frame that's going to be tucked somewhere with something on it or in it. We've got these ones up here. I will do the same to this one. But what do you think? The little dots? Are they cute or no? I'll hold it up. Yay or nay with the little dots? I'll make them a little bit nicer than that, but like not that much nicer. So I like the little relaxed sketchiness of the things, right? Like I do like that, which is why I'm leaning towards it. Because I think that, like, obviously this one kind of blends. I don't plan on popping it up, but I think that's what. Is that where you're going? Yeah. I'll be on a cruise ship first and then in England. So yeah, making our kids do all the work again. I kind of like it. Not quite. There will be a few things I have to take with me this time. let's, let's just confess to that now. I won't have everything quite done. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You guys are seeing. You're feeling it. Okay. I feel good. And there's just one more flower I have to cut out, right? Just one more. Just one more. Okay. Well, if you're feeling it, I think it's a generally okay. I'm allowed to do it. So, okay. Yeah, this flower is better. It doesn't have as many little weird things cut around. Okay. Okay, let's flip that over. We'll do a nicer job on the polka dots. I like the way it echoes the gold, but I don't know if it's really adding something overall, says Marcy. I know, I just like to fiddle, so, you know, that fiddly stuff. It's like, at the end of making my pages, my biggest thought is always like, well, I don't know why that took so long. Anybody relate? You look and it's like, that doesn't look like it should have taken forever to make, but somehow it still did. Yeah, I think just a little tiny extra bit of gold on here. It's not like I have gold in our picture at all, but I like the little subtle. It's like a champagne gold, which I think goes with everything. They say that's like the crossover one, right? It's silver enough to not be too gold. Okay. Great. Oh, we're at the top of the hour. How did that happen already? Chatty Alice, that's how. But cool. So just give me a second and we'll do our draw for this. For a kit. Mm, okay. There we go. Got this one to do. And yes, holiday time. is here. So, or travel time, vacation, I guess. I think it's so funny. I'm so used to do it. My shoes look gold. They're a little bit of a champagne like creamy effect. So, yeah, they have a little hint of that. The sparkles on the dress are iridescent, so depending on the light, the way it catches, the dress looks like pinkish too. You kind of get like purpley pink kind of. That's why you can see like in the shadowing area, the shadows actually look pink, kind of a pinky purple. It's from the iridescence of the sparkles. So I fell in love with that dress. But yeah, there we go. Okay, I think that's enough. The rest should be covered. So awesome. The green paper has dots too, right? Like we've got dots in a few places, so it's like little echoing pieces that kind of ties everything together. Okay, let's switch things back for a second. And we're gonna do our stuff. It all looks blue, just like the shoe or the dress. It is blue. It's blue. It's all good. Yeah. All right. Get the little pieces out of here. Okay, so we're gonna do our draw for the free kit from the scrap room right now. And so I'm gonna pull up the participant list. There's 30 people in the room today. One of them is me. And so out of 29 is going to be our draw today. Very good. And we'll pull up a random number generator. Random number generator out of 29. And we're going to hit generate. And it says 7. Okay, 7. Don't have to do much counting then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Donna's iPad. Congratulations to Donna. You are our winner today. Is this our Donna? I don't know which Donna this is, but I have guesses. So, Donna, do you want to let us know that you have got the info? So, congratulations. I'm going to need you to send me an email, and I'm going to type that right here in the chat. So
Is that me?
Yes, it's you. So, congratulations. Like, is that me? Yes, there's only one Donna that I've seen here. So
And Layla.
Oh,
And Layla too.
looks like your little Layla puppy is all happy for you too.
Yeah. And now I'll turn off the sound.
Congratulations. So send me that email. Do it as soon as possible so that I can get that sent off to the scrap room.
Where do we send it to?
Can you see it in the chat? It's just Alice at alicebowl.com.
I know. You want me to just send it here?
If you click the email, you should be able to send it from your email.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Get her off of here.
Okay. There we go. Well, here, Jane says, thanks. I've enjoyed this so much. So I'm going to play with this a little bit longer. So you feel free to hang out. And if anybody has any show and tell and wants to show some of the fun things that you've been making lately or something that you were working on with us tonight, then we would love to see that. So let's, we'll open up the floor to some show and tell. I do post this on my YouTube channel, so just so you know, that is where this will be posted. So just like to make sure that people know before they share.
I've been working on these are the bonus pages from the Vicky Booten weekend that she did for her most recent collection, Discover and Create. And so this is one of her bonus layouts. I've had all the stuff out on my desk for about a week and a half now, almost 2 weeks. So I'm gonna hopefully use up what I can and then get rid of the rest. And so yeah,
Those
I just
are,
have to add picture, but I like the fussy cut flowers and all the
yeah,
colors.
that's beautiful. It's a beautiful page. So you had to fussy cut out all those flowers?
Yeah, we did it all way back before her class, like 2 months ago. So I'm completely healed from the trauma of the fussy cutting. I do not fussy cut. For Vicky Boo, know a fussy cut, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, it makes a beautiful page. I know, like fussy cutting, it might not be like super fun. Some people like it. I don't know. Like some people like coloring, some people like sewing. I'm like a pass to all of those things. So no, it's beautiful. And like once you get all your stuff into there, like that'll make a really nice page. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. Love it. Anybody else? Go ahead and turn your mic on and you can share something that you've been making here lately. I showed my page at the beginning of from last month that I had done during our scrapbook live, and that went really good. The one night we were all just sitting around during one of our scrap happy togethers. So we have a few different live events that we host each month, and one of our events is called Scrap Happy Together. And we just hang out and we don't record. So there, because we talk about everything under the sun, and it's not really like something that you just want to have recorded. So those are just a live event that we host within Scrap Happy. And I had a product. It was Calvin Ball, and points were on the table. Oh, I don't have the container, but I had a little container full of glitter paste that was drying out, and it was like thick and awful. But I turned it into some really fun backgrounds. Now I haven't got to use them yet, but I will show you some of these fun backgrounds that I made while we were hanging out together. So um, let me switch back to this for a second, then I'll see if anybody else wants to share. But I did this one here. I had this paper and I've just added like little glitter stars and a little landing area here. So we've got some little glitter to add to that one. And this one I added like took this fun paper and I've added this starburst glitter in the background on this one, which I think looks amazing. So that was also good. And then this background paper here, it has kind of a marbled effect, but I added these glitter diamonds, and they're like the template for this one, like the stencil for this one was actually like it has like some that aren't full and some that are just like partial diamonds and stuff. And so it goes really good when you're just like doing random things like that. This one here, this blue paper, the marbled, I actually added like little raindrop effects. So I'm guessing that if I'm going to England that there might be some rain. So maybe this will come in really handy when I come back from that. And then this one here, I added all these little tiny little dots to it. So yeah, really good. Okay, so let me send this here. Okay, Donna, I've got it. I've got it open, but I need you to I'll just need you to reply to this and no, it's fine. This'll work. That'll be good. I've got everything I need, Donna, so you're hooked up. Okay, so with the little polka dots, and on this one here with this like fun background paper, I just added like these little music notes with the stuff, and I'm like they're just kind of almost hiding, but it just adds this extra little bit of texture, which I super love. So that was a really fun one for me that I worked on. Let's see, Dawn has her hand up, so let's have a look at what she's been up to. Spotlight.
Hi, you guys. So I've made this. This is a wedding journal for my friend. She's actually married. She was visiting, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't think of having a wedding journal." So she had me make her one. So I did this last week, and I kept it just pretty basic for her. With her colors were purple and teal, and just giving her a chance to add things as she wants to it, just sort of a nod to the wedding theme, because, you know, a bride's photos and her things are what's going to make the journal or the scrapbook or however she wants to do it. She has her own scrapbook of her wedding, but she wanted a journal one. So I sewed all the lace in here and picked out the papers and working in the big journal. It's an old book. So it was like an old, it had like old vintage grocery items in it. Let me see if I can take this out. You can see. So
I
she
saw
loves
something with blueberries or something.
so she loves the old timey theme. So it's like an old grocery store. There's a man with a mustache there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. So she loves the vintage look. And so, and really traditional, but her colors were teal. And so I've got rainbows, and it's just really eclectic with all the colors. And she can, this is like a packaging. Oh, I'm sorry. This is packaging from Amazon. It has the bubble wrap, and I covered it with napkin. So it has the texture there. And all these are coffee dyed paper. There's an old fashioned book from the 60s that's teal. So I use those colors for her. And she's seen my journal, so she knows what I do. This is like a pattern from a sewing pattern that I glued decoupaged onto the page. And just cool wallpaper, cool paper from ideas. So pretty much it was just, it's a big book. It was pretty much, this is probably my biggest, this was the most challenging thing I did during Calvin Ball. So had fun during Calvin Ball though.
That's a really cool book. And like Marcy said, I love the lacy look.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. That's why I'm working on another wedding album as we're talking. So I've glued all the lace on this since we've been meeting. So that's been fun. But that's what I'm up to right now.
Super cool. Thank you so much for
Thank
showing
you.
us.
Sure.
Okay, let's see here. Just checking to see if anybody else has a hand up. And I don't see anyone right now. Feel free to just turn your mic on if you need to. Like, be like, Alice, I have my hand up, or I don't know how to put my hand up, but I want to share. That's all good too. Oh, this one's new. I think I have to do a thing with this. Yes, I do. Glue. Glue is my enemy. I'm like gonna have glue all over me in a second. These little frames, I forgot that I would have to deal with them, and trying to get the tape runner to go on those tiny little frames probably just isn't gonna happen. So glue it is. Yeah, so fun to kind of see the different projects that we have, right? So really fun. Yeah, I love seeing the kinds of things that everybody's making during Calvin Ball, because you get like the scrapbookers that are like, that's what we do, is I scrapbook. And then you have some that venture into card making and the journals, and you know, I've seen shares for like people's quilts and stuff that they made too. So it's really fun. Oh, Shannon's off to do the bedtime run with the kids. Yeah, it's fun to see what Calvin Ball, like what kinds of creative things people get up to. Okay, we got stuff going on. Let's share back here. So I'm just gonna get this one added like this, or like this. No, like this. Okay. Oh, did I not put, or like this? I do kind of like that. I'm not sure, but I need to add some more gold dots apparently, because I thought I had covered what I was going to cover, but maybe now I'm changing my mind. Ooh. No, I'm going to still do like this. Okay. So, uh, so Donna asked, what was the weight of the paper that you're doing with the gesso? Oh, when we did the thing with Sarah. So Sarah had Sarah was showing us how you could do like some of the the colors when you use the gesso in the background. So she was using a heavier weight paper so that it would take that. And in fact, she says she uses like um one of the watercolor papers that has the like the no tooth watercolor paper, the really smooth watercolor paper. That was what she was using for doing that technique that she was showing us in our scrap school class. Yeah. Yeah, it was neat. And she was inspired because I had made a mess of my stuff. So she's like, "Oh, I'll show you how to do this better, Alice." I'm like, "Thank you." Hmm. Oh, and I did a really fun thing. What did I do with it? Okay, well, that's a good question. Okay. I did a really fun thing. One day I got distracted, shocking, and I made a list of all of Sarah's scrap schools within our Scrap Happy group. And so I made little graphics and I could share them all, I guess, within our group. But I made little graphics that show you all the different classes that she's done, or at least I showed like the last 3 years of them because we've had so many different things. So if you're looking for a specific technique, like you can search like um scrap school like flowers. I think she's done 2 classes specifically about flowers and like just like a wealth of ideas from those. Um but yeah, you can search those, but in the December scrap schools, I've put a little graphic about the recap of all of the classes we had in that year. So that was really cool. Maybe I'll just show you guys really quick because I have a computer and we can like literally do that. So when I go to um so you're gonna see behind the scenes here in a second. Uh with the Scrap Happy stuff. So within our community here, this is our community and that we share things in. It's called Circle. And in the member activities space, we have the different areas and our monthly live replays always go here. And so you can find them, like the most current ones are near the top, obviously, of our replays. And so everything gets posted in here. So her last one that she did was on the glitter glaze to kind of show me how to do how to do it correctly. But yes, she was using and the details are actually here in the notes as well. If you want to know, she's got her link for the glitter glaze, but there's a bunch of notes that come in handy. And then but when you check out like the December scrap school, so if you um type in scrap school December, you will find the posts for the December scrap schools, like 2022, 2023. And if you go to those posts, I've included down here notes about all of the different ones that she has done. So you can see that year, like you're looking for the January 2023, it's all about embossing. If you find the May one, she showed us tips for using hot foils with dyes, and wax seals were done in August. July was one of the flower ones. And so I added those to all the December ones. And I can add some references in other places, but I just thought that would be really helpful to be able to review something like that. So just a little tiny little thing to make it a little more accessible. That will hopefully help. Okay, now I gotta move my screens around again. Yeah, do you typically use 1 10 pound? Yeah, like a heavier paper like that would be perfect. Like if you have something like a mixed media paper, like the Vicky Bouton Foundation paper or something like that. Like you can put gesso on other things, but it's gonna curl more and move more. If you use a heavier paper, it's gonna just be a lot easier. So yeah, I know it's a weekday. It's like Marcy's like, I need to jump for bedtime. Shannon's doing the bedtime run. I know we're doing weekday. It's not a weekend tomorrow. We have people needing to tuck kids in and get themselves to bed too for work and stuff tomorrow. So I get it, but thank you for joining us. I'm so happy that you're here with us. So feels sad we missed out on this like blue paper a little bit, but it is what it is with the big picture. So yeah, these are all just gonna get layered in here. And then my little frames, I'll add some little words. I might do like a few more words tucked in with here. I've got lots of nice options. And for the title, so yeah, I think that's about where we're at. Yeah, with this page. Obviously, it's not finished, but yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. I feel that the rest is always fiddly, and I always feel that that's like really hard to do for me on camera. So when we don't see embellishments happen on Alice's pages during live, it's because she sits there and she goes like this and this and this and this and this and this. Super boring. When I make a process video, actually, I just cut that whole section out and it's like, look, this is what I finally did after moving this thing around like 25 times. Yeah, super funny. Okay, let's switch back for a second. I'm gonna just tell you quickly, it's not up yet, but it will be by the end of this week. I just have to get Joe to do one more thing for me. We will have registration for our load challenge that's coming up in May. This is our load 524. It will be shaken, not stirred. And it's our layout a day scrapbooking challenge that will run from May 1st to 31st. And so this is included for all Scrap Happy members. Our load challenges, our layout a day challenges are included in Scrap Happy membership. So you don't, if you have a Scrap Happy membership, you don't have to buy loads separately. It's all just part of your package. But then we also open some of them up for people to come and join in with us. So you could always just join load or just join membership. There's those two options. And yeah, so we start that May 1st. So you have to be signed up before May 1st. And we will be having our yeah, we're gonna be scrapbooking inspired by James Bond. So it's not about scrapbooking James Bond. It's inspired by James Bond. So maybe something will be inspired by his favorite beverage that that he likes. Shaken, not stirred. Maybe you'll be scrapbooking something about your favorite beverage. Hint, hint, wink, wink. That might be something that's on the list. But yeah, we take different ideas from the show, from maybe from the books, I'll see. But mostly from the shows, and we'll be talking about lots of things from behind the scenes, which is really fun. And then we'll use that to inspire our scrapbooking. Every day we'll have a story prompt and a technique prompt, and so it'll be really fun. So check that out. And there's always an early bird deal. So if you find out right away, there will be an early bird coupon that's probably available in the beginning. So fast action, right? When you take fast action, there's a reward for that. So yeah, that's what's up with us in the next little bit. Within our Scrap Happy membership this month, we still have our scrap school. There's going to be one of our Scrap Happy Together sessions on the calendar. Sarah will be hosting, Beth will be co-hosting the scrap school, so that she'll be there to ask Sarah all the questions and make sure that all of your questions get answered for that. And yeah, so we should have some fun still going on this month. And then our happy hour for April within our community will actually happen very early in May, just so that I could be back for that. And our unexpected inspiration challenge will be up right away too. So you'll have that to work on. We've had some really fun topics so far. We were drawing inspiration from books and um, movies. No, what else did we do? Yeah, movies. This last month was movies. We were drawing inspiration from movie, so like the movie posters. So that was really fun. So yeah, and this next month we will have that up right away for you. So you'll see that too. Yeah, so that's what's happening kind of within our Scrap Happy membership right now. What's coming up with our load challenge. We just finished our Calvin Ball challenge, which is super fun. That'll be back next year in March. So there's always something fun going on. And otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight and get this posted so that we can have the replay. Deborah asked, did you get to go to Creativation at all? I haven't seen any videos yet. No. Some of the stuff, the way Creativation has happened over the last few years have changed. I did try to do a little bit when they did some online stuff. That was a struggle. They did pretty good. They did better than I expected, actually, because I know how much chaos they had going on going into that year. Yeah, but some of the designers and some of the companies that we would want to see stuff from, they're not all there. And, getting to talk to the designers about their collections is one of the fun things. So it's a little more limited than it used to be. So I haven't been attending anymore, and it's a tough call. Like the videos were such a fun thing to do, and I absolutely loved it. I will tell you here behind the scenes story. The first time that I went to go and do that, it was because I loved the paper oh shoot. The like Noelle and Izzy. I loved the podcast, Paper Clipping. Thank you. The Paper Clipping podcast. I loved it so much. And when Noelle said that she wasn't going to do the videos and stuff, I was like, but who's going to do that? How are we going to know? We got to see all this stuff. And I was just like, I could do that. I would try that. That sounds like it would be really fun. Why wouldn't I do that? And my husband, he was just like, well, why don't you do it? And I'm like, well, you'd have to film and I need a camera guy. He's like, well, I could do that for you. So, he had some of the equipment, but we got a mic, we got a couple like extra little things to make sure we could film the stuff, and we took all the things. But I had never even held a microphone, you guys, like never even held a microphone before in my life. And so we go there and we're walking into the building, and my husband sees a guy carrying a box of donuts, and he's like, "Oh, where did you get the donuts?" Right? So this is how things start. And the guy's like, "Oh, I brought him out from Scottsdale. He'd been out like traveling." And he's like, "Oh, did you want a donut?" Right away, he offers a donut, which is like so sweet. And he's like, "Oh, no, we just had breakfast." But, you know, um, but he's like, "Oh, well, what are you guys here doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to go and film some videos for the different scrapbooking booths." He's like, "Oh, you should stop by our booth." And I'm like, "Cool. What's your booth?" And he's like, "I'm with American Crafts." And so he was like some VP of sales with American Crafts. First guy I meet walking into the convention hall. and he's like, come to our booth. And he got me a person to help facilitate my access into each of the booths with the designers. Like, so this girl that, I've never made a video like of this kind before. I've never held a microphone before, but I suddenly have this girl helping me get in with each of these designers that I'm like, secret, like true fan in the room, right? And so, yeah, so American Crafts, and she helps me get in with each of the designers so that I can get my interviews. And like, I am fangirling so much, but I think like my husband, he's so funny because he was just so sweet. Like, he's like, Alice, you're really good at this. I'm like, I feel like I'm failing so bad, but I'm so excited about the stuff that like I could fail but still be excited. And like he was doing such a good job. And you wouldn't believe like the comments sometimes. People are like, I just want to see this stuff more. Like, why are you showing me the people? Like, but he's trying to do that and like film the stuff so you can see all the things that they're showing you. And oh, it's a fine balance of trying to get that part right, and I think he did a fantastic job because he edited all of those videos for me too. So, and then we like when we would go back to our room, we went back around lunchtime so that he could upload the videos like onto his computer and clear off his memory cards and charge all the batteries so that we could go back for the afternoon. And it's a few days of a show, right? 3 days usually. And um yeah, so it was a lot, but like we tried to film like all the things, like what would you want to see if you're there kind of thing. And like it's like, oh, there's the new product showcase. Well, let's check out the new product showcase. What is this all about? And yeah, I love it. Don says I became your fan, then you were both were amazing. Oh, thank you. Yeah. And he's just so sweet. He's like, you're just so good on the camera. And so I don't know if you know like that movie. It's called Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Anybody seen it? Like it's a kid's show, right? Super funny. It's really funny. But that girl that's like, Sam Sparks. I'm Sam Sparks. He's like, Alice, you're just like Sam Sparks. I'm like, I forget my name and I don't know what to say. Like that's me. Oh yeah. There was a couple times where like we had to like redo a little outro because I just had it so messed up. And you get so overwhelmed when you're there and you're talking with a person and you kind of forget their name. Like you just met them like a moment ago and now you're doing this video and they showed you all these cool things. So my brain has moved on. It is thinking about the cool papers and the embellishments. And this one has like gold foil on it. And then I'm like trying to wrap up the session that I'm here with, thank you so much to the person from the booth. Shoot, I need to know their name. So yeah, it was lots of lessons to learn in that first year. And you can already see by the second time like how much more confident and comfortable I was with it, but still like I just wanted to do the best job possible so we could all see the fun things and like for me to see all of it up close and personal. And it was just amazing. And then I've talked with people that had stores and they're like, Alice, I used your videos to know what to shop for my store. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I had a super important job. Did you get all the good things? And then people always want to know, like, what were the like highlights? What are the trends? And you're starting to think, like, what did I even see? Because by the end, like, you've seen so many things. But it was incredible. And yeah, it was truly a joyful thing to do. And like when I started, like, I don't even know if I had like 1,000 people on my YouTube channel. Like it was like, I'd just done a little bit here and there, but yeah, all of a sudden then I had like a lot of people seeing the videos. And now it's tough because the stores do a lot of their like the companies do a lot of their own releases. And yeah, the shopping is just so like things change, right? Things change. And Yeah, if I don't have like the people that design some of the stuff there to talk to, the interviews are a lot different, right? Than if they just have like their sales rep on the floor or something like that. Like they can usually say nice things about it and they'll show you interesting things and this one has gold foil on it, but it's different when you get to talk with like Heidi Swap or Amy Tangerine or Vicky Boutin. Like the year that she started with American Crafts, like I was there and I was like, I know her. I know her. I've taken classes with her before because I'd been to an event in Calgary and I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited that she's getting to do this stuff now because she is so creative and so fun." So, yeah, there's a lot of joys and delight and the little conversations after. And my husband, he found out like trying to find some little bloopery or extra little bonus thing. So he would roll camera even after I'd like closed it or something like that. He's always looking for something like that. So yeah. So yeah, it was super fun to kind of see. And yeah, I've actually done a couple other things like other than creativation. So in Alberta here, the Creative Keepsakes magazine hosts a big event. Um, when they do one in Edmonton, one in Calgary, and they have all these little booths set up there with all these more local scrapbook store kind of things set up. And some are like other things. So I've gone there and actually did little booth tours at their things just to kind of see some of the stuff. But like that was almost a chance for you to see some other little scrapbook stores. So I've done a little bit more and yeah, all the junk journal gals would love for you to interview them. Is that what you said, Dawn? Yeah, I like it's really fun to do that. And now like my ability to get on camera, like I'm so much more at ease with it. I tell you, like it can be a little stressfully. We've all done Zoom now, so we know like, there's all the things that can go wrong. But before we were doing Zooms and before all of that, like I did my first live thing on that platform that you may remember called Periscope. It was here for now like 5 minutes and then it was gone, right? But it was like this live streaming thing. So I set up my camera the first time on a perilous stack of kitchen appliances. And I wasn't even at my house. I was like, Ryan and I were traveling a lot at the time, but I've got my camera set up and I only invited one person thinking that she wouldn't show up and then she did. Because I was just trying it for the first time. And then I'm doing my little thing because I was just going to use the recording of it, right? Doing my little thing. My camera literally fell off my precarious stack. Like, I'm like, so I lived. Literally, the camera fell and I still lived. But it's so funny because now I get on here and it's a different thing because I know that you're here to interact with and whether I can see you. I love it when I can see you. Actually, even when I was doing the Scrap Smarter experience events, I did them like a Zoom meeting style rather than like a webinar, which is often the way that people go, right? Like they'll do that without seeing the audience. I love seeing the audience. For me, that's the best part. Like, I like to see you, and it's like when you're like, yeah, or yeah, that looks good, or whatever, like that. That means that it makes me feel like we're really like hanging out together. So that's really fun for me. So yeah, okay. Well, this was Alice reminiscing about creativation and embarrassing moments and dropping cameras and all the stuff. But no, I was really lucky, like, to have my husband like not only saying, well, I'll go and I'll film you and edit all the videos. Did I mention that, right? Like I'll go and I'll help you get all of that done. And yeah, it was a lot of fun just to go and do that. But he was also like encouraging me, like, oh, you did really good with this one. So it helped. And yeah, that talking about donuts, that just like kind of paved my way right into the floor. So yeah, it was really good. So I do miss it. And I had almost gone to the one that they did last year in Florida, but timing of it just wasn't good. And then this year they went somewhere else. I don't remember. New Mexico? Is that where they were going? I don't know. I can't remember. but yeah, it just wasn't gonna work out. But yeah, lots of fun. Anyways, that was like the off topic. But I did mostly make a page. It's not quite done. I'll show you quickly as a quick reminder. Look, I did make a page today. It's almost assembled, but not quite. But it turned out so good. So I just want to say a big thank you again to the Scrap Room for sponsoring our draws for these Scrapbook Live sessions. I love them so much. I love the kits that they put together. Like, that is a job and a half to figure out, like, which papers to choose from the collection that are going to work nice on your layouts. They figured out, like, a method of getting you just enough stuff that you feel like you have plenty of options to make your pages, but also not that you have so much left over when you're done your pages that, that you're like, "Now what do I do with this?" But, yeah, they do such a good job putting it together. Check out their flavors of the month kits. If you like bigger kits, they have one called a double shot, but my personal favorite are these flavors of the month because they have 4 little mini kits within there, and I have so many fun options to play with. And embellishments. And like I said, I do get the add-on embellishment kit, but that's totally optional. And I'm so happy. Like, congratulations once again to Donna, who got our prize today. So she will receive the same kit that I showed you is what she'll get, but not the add-on embellishments. That's an extra, but I'm sure she could figure that out for herself if she wants to add those on. So yes, thank you to the Scrap Room. Find them at scrap-room.com. If you're looking for scrap happy stuff, you want to hang out more with me and hear more of my crazy funny stories, then we do lots of different events every month within our Scrap Happy membership, and you can find that at scraphappy.org. If you want to join this live next time, there is a link. Let me see. Right here. Go to scraphappy.org/subscribe and get on the email list. I don't email very much, I promise, because there's lots of other things to do. So I'm not very spammy. When I have something going on, you'll hear about it, and other times, you won't. So yeah, I don't have time for that. So once you're on the list there, you'll stay on until you decide not to be. So that's where we're at. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful evening or daytime if you're watching this on replay, or didn't see anybody in another time zone that was like on the other side of the world, but we do get you sometimes. So thank you so much for joining me. I had a great time hanging out with you, and I look forward to scrapbooking with you again. If you want to get on the free calendar, if you're like wondering when is the next event, you can pop over to scraphappy.org and look at free events up in the top. There is a calendar that you can subscribe to just for free events that we host. And I have already put my May calendar up, so it's already there. The next Scrapbook Live is there. I believe it's May 11th, but I added other things, so you'd have to double check the calendar, but that is coming up. So Florence says thank you. Lauren says thank you. Bonnie says thank you. Thank you. You being here makes it a lot of fun. So hopefully you had some entertainment while you got some of your own scrapbooking done tonight. Okay, until next time, happy scrapping. I hope you'll check out our load challenge, check out membership, because it's where my heart is. It's where I have like all my friends. It's where we get to all hang out and do the fun stuff. And yeah, we're even gonna have a reunion. Like, I'm so excited. We are going to Charlotte, North Carolina. I have never been there. I'm so excited to go there. It's gonna be amazing. That's coming up in July. So that's the big trip this year. No Creativation, but we get to reunion. So awesome. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great night.